You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by shoplocalsiouxfalls.com. Mr. Farris, good Friday morning to you.
Friday, wow, you know, time just marches on, doesn't it?
It does.
When can you miss it? James Taylor is 73 today.
Happy birthday.
Sweet baby James. You know, he's kind of a hero of mine. I don't know many people who have seen Fire and Rain.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Fire and Rain, both of them.
Wrote an entire darn song about it. Huh. Liza Minnelli is 75.
Okay.
Has she seen Fire or has she seen Rain? But not both.
I think old Liza's seen quite a bit. As far as I know, she's got her own parking space at the Betty Ford.
Oh, wow.
Liza, yeah, living rough. And growing up, I loved this whole situation. This guy was great, too. William Billy Thomas. Dan waits a second, sees the perplexed looks on the Smalls' faces.
He played Face on A-Team.
Oh, man. No, that was last week's quiz, John.
I know. That's why I guessed it again. I thought maybe he did this, too.
Childhood star. He was the original Buckwheat in the Our Gang series.
Of course.
Yeah, me and my brother Oogie, man. That's it. Every Saturday morning, there we were. Watching everything going, we can relate. Because we could. Let's see, what else here? 1973, this very day, speaking of TV classics, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In airs its
I loved that show.
final episode this day in 73 on NBC. Yeah, that was pretty cutting-edge stuff.
It was.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff, too.
Yeah.
But 1894, this is kind of surprising. Coca-Cola sold in bottles for the very first time. And it wasn't some big mass distribution thing. It was a little candy store in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
1894. Those bottles just sat there because the bottle opener wasn't invented until 97.
How are we going to get into this stuff? I don't know.
2019. 2 years already. Consider that 2 years. Here's the story. 2 years ago today, dozens of people officially charged in the U.S. college admissions scandal.
Oh my God!
Talking about it that long?
By federal prosecutors, inclling actresses Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin.
Do you guys remember when that was brand new?
2 years ago
It doesn't
today.
seem like it's been 2 years.
And now already it's in production, a film on it.
Yeah. Valerie Bertinelli is going to play what's her name, and
Why wouldn't they play themselves? They're actresses.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
They're the first two I'd ask. Hey, you want to play yourself in this?
Trying to think of some other people that are always in those movies, because I don't think Valerie's probably really that one.
Tom Hanks and everything.
Tom Hanks will be one of them.
Yeah, he'll be in there. All right, well, there you go. I know now, you know, and we can just forge right ahead.
We'll do exactly that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
And a totally sincere, heartfelt little salute off the well-starched brim of the Ranger Dan Cap to you two. How are you over there, Alphonse? Heidi!
Ranger Dan.
Heidi, look. Yeah, little Radio Rangers gather around. We're gonna do something a little different here today on Critter Corner. Some things have come up. I can't divulge every little detail of what's going on, but I think old Ranger Dan may be taking a little time off from Critter Corner. Here's the situation. As you know, it's tax time. It always is this time of year, and I've been through a whole lot of tax times and a whole lot of tax situations. And, you know, even though you've...
taxing.
You've been more than generous when it comes to purchasing all kinds of great Ranger Dan merchandise over the past couple of years, and also donating to my dozen or so Ranger Dan GoFundMe pages. Turns out my accountants and certain board members who actually oversee my various offshore accounts didn't always dot the proper dots across the proper T's this time around, and blame for that. There's a whole lot going on there. So it looks like old Ranger Dan's going to maybe take a little time off, call it a vacation, call it whatever you will from Critter Corner here. And I'm not sure when I'll be back. Heck, it could be just a couple days, maybe a week. According to my attorneys, it could be 5 to 7 years, depending on what's known as a paper trail. Hey, were you aware the U.S. Treasury Department has all kinds of fancy surveillance equipment in their own darn helicopters? I didn't either. Hey, you live and learn. Anytime it is time for old Ranger Dan, maybe take a little sabbatical here, thinking about maybe going and see some old buddies of mine just south of Vermilion in Guadalajara, Mexico, where apparently if you grease a couple politicians and a couple dozen federales, they pretty much ignore what's referred to as extradition laws. That's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers, till next time. Remember to stay in school, say your prayers, eat plenty of beans and weenies, and remember, it never hurts to have a high-powered law firm on retainer. This is Ranger Dan. Out, say it with me.
Yes, sir.
I really need to quit drinking.
I really need to give up drugs.
It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for the morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio with hard-hitting, action-packed news.
Well, we've got an update here. It's an update on Mary Jane, on pot, the devil's lettuce.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Marijuana, because as you know, last election cycle here, the great state of South Dakota said, hey, let's get stoned.
I remember that.
And can we have several drive-through windows to get that done? Wait a minute. Gosh, you know what? I punched up a whole different story here. Okay, hippies are going to have to wait because this is fantastic.
Well, we'll talk to the hippies
so,
about that tomorrow.
There you go. Just find your bong and your remote control, and we'll get back to that at another date. And I don't know if you heard about this or not, because it happened the other day right here in Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls man is facing multiple charges after he accidentally blasted a shotgun through his apartment floor into the apartment below.
Whoa.
Oh, my gosh.
Yikes.
Police were called to apartment building 600 block of West 11th Street just after 4:30 in the afternoon on a Monday, actually. The caller said he heard a gunshot come from the apartment above them, and that pellets actually from that blast came right through their apartment ceiling.
Oh, my gosh.
It had to be like 00 buckshot.
He's so lucky that he didn't kill
Unless that
somebody.
floor and ceiling was really, really thin.
Yeah, I don't know.
After checking surveillance footage, police discovered the man who fired the gun left the building with a bag. Police say they found, the plot thickens. Marijuana. There you go. There's your marijuana reference.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Kind of saved this whole thing, didn't I?
Yeah.
And also meth.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the apartment, the shotgun was stolen.
Oh.
That was in a car parked at the building. No one was injured.
That's good.
Police arrested. No names, but the initials are Casey Blaine of Vermilion. Racked him up on drug charges, reckless discharge of firearm, possession of firearm by a former drug offender.
Oh, boy.
Possession of stolen property. Already say they aren't real sure where that shotgun came from. So.
Yeah, that's a bad day right there.
Don't do that. You're going to get yourself in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, so he's got a rap sheet a mile long, and oops.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Wow, what excitement in Sioux Falls.
That is quite exciting.
Sioux Falls, you're just growing in leaps and bounds, and it's so darn exciting.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen next. But my question is, did he steal any catalytic converters on his way out?
That is just going crazy.
Is that still happening? I wonder if there's any that.
Yes. Yeah.
Now that everybody's like.
No, I read a report.
Cameras watching mine, and
it was 2 days ago. Somebody in Sioux Falls actually heard what they said. Well, it sounded like sawing on metal or something. Looked outside, and there were a couple people under his vehicle.
Oh my gosh!
So he scared them off. Called the cops.
Why scare him off?
His break, but looks like John. Not everyone's a superhero like you.
I would have chased those suckers down.
Well, it could have been a very, old woman. I don't know who called the cops.
Why would an old woman be stealing catalytic converters?
That isn't what I said. But the police have a description.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Plus, it was happening over last weekend up around Marion and Parker and small towns around Sioux Falls, too. So
sharing the wealth is what
they've branched out, yeah. And apparently they're really good at it.
They must be.
Super fast and super clean. And
wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the update, sir.
Thank you, John.
You coming back with entertainment news or what?
I don't know, man. You can't hurt my feelings.
I didn't mean to.
Jumping all over me.
All right. Well, we'll get to that. We got some good news to get to.
See how I feel in a couple minutes.
It's all on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. I'm all flustered. What is this called? Morning Coffee Break. Brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro, 26th in Minnesota in Sioux Falls. If you could do something today that could save someone's life, would you do it? If it didn't cost you a dime and only took a little time and could literally save a life, would you do it? Can you believe that only 3% of people say yes to this? How's that possible? That's the real percentage of people who give blood. It's something you can do whether you're a millionaire, middle class, or completely poor. There's no fee and it's easy to do. And you can literally save a life. Let's roll up our sleeves and make a difference. Give blood. We can do better than 3%. Learn more at redcrossblood.org. Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We're going to brighten your day right now with some positive news. And to join me with that, I have Mr. Jason Lemke. He's the Chief Development Officer at the Compass Center. How you doing, sir?
Doing well, John. How are you?
Fantastic. Now, you guys have a big event coming up 1 week from today. Tell me a little bit about the event that's happening on Friday of next week.
It is the 12th annual Compass Center Gala. It's our largest fundraising event of the year. We are going with a hybrid format this year. We're trying to offer a little bit of everything for everybody. There are folks who are ready to get out and do in-person events, and we want to accommodate them in a safe manner. And we know that some folks still aren't ready to come out and do that, so we're also offering virtual options for people to engage with the event.
And again, the 12th annual gala is something that you guys have been doing for quite some time. For people that have never been to this event, what do you do at the gala?
Well, we've got a dinner for the folks who are going to be there in person, and we also do silent auction, live auction. We're going to have a wine and bourbon poll this year where you can pay a flat fee and pull a number out of the hat and get a random bottle of wine or bourbon. And we also are going to be highlighting some client stories and just looking back on the year that we've all been through and looking forward to the future.
That is fantastic. And again, it's coming up on the 19th, so it's 1 week from today. And if people would like to get tickets, can they still do that? Is it possible? How does that work?
Yes, they can still get tickets. They can go to either our website at thecompasscenter.org or they can go to thecompasscentergala.com. Either one of those will get them to where they need to.
Now let's talk about the most important thing here. Let's talk about what the Compass Center does, because the Compass Center, navigating the journey to healing, what is it that you do there? And I think it's an amazing mission, but let's explain what you do.
Sure. The Compass Center provides counseling and advocacy services for survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence. And we provide those services at no charge to the client, regardless of income status, regardless of insurance status. We don't believe you should have to pay for being assaulted or abused. So we offer those services free of charge to make sure that everybody can get the help that they need to find that path to healing and recovery.
And it's amazing to me, you guys are kind of the unsung heroes because you do so many wonderful things, but there's still people that go, a Compass Center, I guess I've never heard of that. So, again, it's one of those things. Once it gets on your radar and you know what they are, It's amazing, all the tools that they provide and the help that they provide. But again, sadly, sometimes I feel like you're the unsung heroes because unless people know about it, they just don't know about it.
Yeah, we've kind of been a well-kept secret. It's our 45th anniversary year, actually. We've been around for 45 years. But a lot of folks, like you said, still don't know that we're here and what we offer. So we've been working to change that over the last few years, and events like this help us raise awareness as well as raise money.
And again, the event is coming up 1 week from tonight. Again, we'll see you there, and I look forward to chatting with you at the event, sir.
I look forward to it as well, John. Thank you.
Again, it is the 12th annual Gala. It is the Compass Center Gala. And the website, if you'd like to get all the details, thecompasscentergala.com. It's coming up 1 week from tonight at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. And there's some virtual ways to do it as well. All of the information on that, if you're saying, hey, I probably can't make it to it, but I'd certainly like to watch the thing virtually, all of the details at thecompasscentergala.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, ChannelSurferTV.com presents entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities love them. Fabulous. You know, the Jeopardy guest host thing's been going on now for a couple months.
Yeah.
And Ken Jennings, who first host, who was the all-time biggest winner ever in Jeopardy, he got
the GOAT.
Rave reviews.
Yeah.
And then last minute, because of an illness, the executive producer of Jeopardy had to step in, who is not a camera guy. He got great reviews, though, too. People absolutely loved him.
Nice.
But starting this past week, Katie Couric.
Okay.
Oh.
So she's getting good reviews, too.
How did Bobcat Goldthwait do when he was hosting?
He did not make the cut, as much as I petitioned for him to be on that. But Katie Couric, and I guess, who pays attention, you don't think of these things, but apparently it's a even bigger deal because she now officially is the first woman ever to host Jeopardy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there's some more ladies lined up. Savannah Guthrie.
Okay.
Who's, I'm not sure what she is. And I can never pronounce her name, and she's been around forever. Mayim Bio.
Yeah, Mayim.
Amy Farah Fowler from Big Bang Theory, her, right?
Okay, yeah.
Who really cut her teeth, came into National View, had a series back in the night. She was Blossom.
Yeah, she was Blossom.
Which leads me to this. Her and the creator of that series, Blossom, Don Rio is his name. Apparently for the past couple of years, together, they have been trying to reboot and bring that series back.
Blossom?
In a limited edition. Yes.
I didn't even think that did very well when it was on.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't think they were talking to me with that particular series. But, they've been in talks. I guess they've got it lined up. They've got scripts. Everything's done. But they can't find a network that wants to green light it.
Like I said.
I don't audience that cares? Is that what
I don't know.
There might be a following that we don't even know about.
But, yeah, she was just talking about it on some talk show going, I'm allowed to talk about this now, but Don and I have, we've got a limited reboot. We've got all set up, and we're just kind of having trouble somebody pulling the trigger on it.
I'll tell you what they could do. They could do what Cobra Kai did, and they started out on YouTube. And then all of a sudden, there were so many people that were watching. There were so many eyeballs. I don't think
they'll have that
but I'm just saying,
situation with
there were so many eyeballs watching it that Netflix said, hey, we'll give you $7 bazillion. It might have been less than that, but they bought it. So.
Okay. Yeah, these two have only been in Hollywood for 30 years, so I doubt they've thought about that stuff, John. That was kind of a wappo, right?
Wow.
It really was.
Could have solved some problems over here.
Want me to twist that little dagger, John?
Thanks, Dan. Maybe Ranger Dan won't be the only one that's not around next week.
Yikes. Ending the Friday ugly.
Hey, thanks for coming in, man.
Whoa. I'm going to be thinking this through over the weekend, I'll tell you what. Now, thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by ShopLocalSiouxFalls.com.
I really need to give up drugs.
I really need to quit drinking.
It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, March 12th, 2021. The stock market got a major boost Thursday when the president signed a round of economic stimulus into law. The bill includes $1,400 checks for most Americans. The first ones will go out this weekend. The S&P 500 gained more than 1.25% on the news, but the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite was the biggest winner for the day. In economic news, the number of long-term unemployed remains persistently high, near 20 million, while the number of new jobless claims continues to decline. The number of new claims fell to 712,000 over the last few weeks, the lowest level since the spring of 2020, even while the number of job openings hits new highs. The JOLTS report shows 6.9 million job openings in the U.S., up 100,000 from last month, and 200,000 better than expected. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.